Hello, friend. Let's talk about alignment. When I was making this dress, I learned a lesson that I should have learned 10 years ago. This is for the woman who constantly feels overwhelmed when she tries to find her purpose, to stick to the thing she said she'll do, because the timing seems a bit too much. Now, the good news is there's one thing you can do to get there at the right time, right place. When I was making this dress, I was so overwhelmed with how many steps I needed to follow in order to do what needed to be done. Now, in my pursuit for a quick finish, I started taking shortcuts. Stay with me. Now, how many times have you known the exact thing that you need to do, but instead of doing that, you are so overwhelmed with how long it will take that you took a shortcut? When you do that, many a times you'll find yourself going back to the drawing board. Mistake number one, do not focus on how long it will take. Focus on the alignment. Because when you chase how long it will take, you'll start taking shortcuts and you'll have to start again. Now, the mistake number one that I did while making this dress was that I cut the pattern without measuring my body. I thought I could quickly look at it, cut it, and just wing it. By the way, this dress was inspired by a vintage designer, Sale Chapman. Never met the guy. I wouldn't know him if I saw him walk down the streets, but I have experienced his work. I saw a little booklet and I thought it was a fabulous design and I had to try it. Now, when I created the pattern without measuring my body first, I made the garment to the end only to get there and realize it was too small to fit. And I had to go back to the drawing board. Mistake and the lesson. When you try to get the shortcut, you might have to restart. And not only that, you might be wasting your resources. So focus on the right steps so you are a good steward to your resources and you don't have to try again. Now, mistake number two. After I had tried the dress and figured out it was too small, I came back and expanded the pattern. And in the expansion of the pattern, I did not take precise measurements. So cut the fabric, came back and made the garment. It was far too big. Now, how many times have you known the exact thing that you need to do, but instead of doing that, you looked around and saw what everybody else was doing, and you decided to do it their way instead of your way, only to find out that that's not your cup of tea? Lesson of the moment: do what's for you. What worked for them might not work for you. So ask yourself, before you abandon everything you're doing, ask yourself, is this aligned for me? If it's not, you know what to do, darling. Now, after I had made the garment and it was too big, I went back to the drawing board. It was not working out this time. But I did not want to give up because I wanted this garment. It was beautiful. I've had this fabric for 4 years. Darling, I have to use the resources. When you keep hoarding the things you already have, there's no more room for blessings. So instead of looking at the dress, the fabric as a potential, I had to bring the dream to life. But the dream was too big. Not like that, but you know what I mean. So I took the garment. I had to take it apart because at this point I did not have any extra fabric left. Either abandon the project or go back to the drawing board. Do not abandon your projects. Do not abandon your dreams. Do not abandon your calling, your goals. Because when you do that, at the back of your mind, you'll always know that there's something you were supposed to do and you did not do it because you gave up. Don't give up yet. So I went back to the drawing board, cut the garment short, and made sure it fit this time. But I was too tired to follow through, so I skipped the interfacing. If you do not make garments, if you're not in the fashion industry, let me explain to you. Interfacing is the inner piece that makes this garment stand up. It gives it the body. If you look at your clothing, perhaps the coats, you might see there's normally a fabric that makes it hold shape a bit more. So when I skipped that part, I made the garment to the end. And when I tried it on, yes, it did fit, but it looked weird. Something was missing. That was a tiny step that I skipped. I thought it wouldn't matter. So the lesson for you is the little things that add up. Stick to your steps. Do not skip the tiny steps. Focus on showing up a little bit at a time daily, because if you skip showing up even a little bit, it adds up. Focus on the little steps. Follow through. Do the thing you have to do today to the best of your ability, and then see what happens. Let me quote Wallace D. Wattles. He was a writer. He says, you can get the book is called How to Get What You Want. Actually, this book is life-changing. Find the audiobook here on the internet, or buy the book, How to Get What You Want. It says you can get what you want by doing perfectly what you need to do with what you have today. Focusing on what you don't have shall not get you what you want. And it's a law of life that when everything has been done to its fullest, there has to be expansion. Go ahead and listen to the book and you'll get it. So I went back to the drawing board, took the garment apart, and put in the interfacing. But at this point, I was too tired to follow through. When you are too exhausted to follow through, hit pause. It's okay to pause. It's okay to take a break and come back, but do not give up. For the fourth time, I made the garment again, and it turned out fabulous. And that's why we are looking at it today. So this garment is called alignment. Instead of focusing on how long it will take, instead of chasing momentum, chase alignment. Focus on the right steps that you need to do today. And the good news is you will always get there at the right time, because there's enough for all of us. Now, I know the internet has this hustle pressure. Everybody is successful by tomorrow. They start today and they're millionaires by the second minute. And they keep saying, if you're not there yet, you are behind. If you're not there yet, you are wasting time. If you're not there yet, you are missing out. The question for you today is, whose timeline are you chasing? And whose goodness are you missing out on? There's a verse in the Bible that says, at the right time, He will make everything beautiful. He makes everything beautiful at its appointed time. So I'm going to give you a verse for today. I'm going to leave you with a verse for the day. Deuteronomy 8:18. You shall remember the Lord your God, for it is He who giveth power to make wealth. When you feel like everybody else is getting there and you're not getting there yet, go back to the drawing board. Let God guide your steps, and you're never missing out. There's enough for all of us. Your cup will run over when you remember who you are, when you stay in alignment. And with that, may sweet life, free of struggle and strain, be your cup of tea. Have a fantastic day, darling. Now I shall proceed to go tend to my son, because that's the season I am in right now, tending to my children and sharing the lessons that I learned along the way. If this did something to you, I also write about it in my Letters from the Garden on Substack. You can subscribe to get the letters. I'm trying to be consistent. I'm not there yet. I'm not perfect, but I am doing my best in my time of motherhood. If you're a mother, remember you are never just a mother. You are a woman. You are a child of God. You are capable. You are a lot more than just a mother. Have a fantastic day, darling. Goodbye.